Hi guys, it's been a long time since I made a video, and I kind of, it's a bit windy, you can hear me with that window open, I'll just close it. A lot has happened since I made the last video, and to be honest with you, I wasn't sure if I was going to continue to make videos, but I have a gut feeling it's something that I should be doing, and so I've decided to kind of bite the bullet and just continue doing them and see what happens. I've ignored my gut feeling many times in my life, and it's always been to my detriment, so I'm going to carry on doing these videos. So what has happened since? Well, on the 6th of May was Carol's year's anniversary of her passing, which was just horrific. In all fairness, it wasn't so much the day, but the build up to that day. A month before, the kind of 6th of April, I was thinking, God, it's a month to go until a year, and that whole month was pretty bad. Thinking that the day would be absolutely awful, and it wasn't great, I'll be honest with you. I worked that day, which kind of was a bit of a godsend, I suppose, because if I wasn't, I'm not too sure I would have made it through, but I did, and here I am. And the worst thing about that day was the build up to that day. Then a little while after that, my last video, I spoke about Mary, who I'd done the CPR on, who was in intensive care. She passed away about 3 weeks ago, I guess. She regained consciousness for a few days, was able to be with her family, and which was all good. But then she had a massive stroke again, and that was it. She never regained consciousness, and she passed away. I've spoken to the family and been round to see her husband and offer my condolences and all that, but you know, words don't make a real difference. They're the two major things that have happened. I'm really excited about today. I've got a couple of hours ahead of me drive. I'm off to pick up my son. I haven't seen him pretty much since Christmas, I guess. With this lockdown and what's going on in the world, and there's another thing that I want to talk about, what's going on in this world, which will probably be very unpopular with some people, but it's the way I see it. Maybe that's for another day. I hope not to repeat myself. One thing I did wanted to say was I don't re-watch any of my videos that I do. If I do a video, once it's kind of edited, I put the background up on it and what have you, I don't watch it again. So if I do repeat myself, I apologise. It's not intentional, but I do sometimes go over old ground. But that's my brain, I guess. I continually go over old ground. The post-traumatic stress still there, but coping with it. Meditation is helping me immensely. I can't tell you how. I couldn't be where there are a few things in my life that have helped me get through this. My kids, of course, are number one. Meditation and exercise, even though at the moment, of course, all the gyms are shut, so I'm unable to exercise the way I normally would. And another thing that keeps me going now is my job. I've got a job delivering food for a local supermarket, and it's really hard work. The amount of food people eat is horrendous, and of course with this lockdown, people aren't going out and buying their food and don't want to social distance in queues that are going to take hours to get in, and so they order online. And of course, so our job is just from 6 in the morning till 11 at night we deliver. and it's difficult, it's hard, physically very hard. Mentally it's not so difficult, which is good for me because my brain is brilliant at the moment, and so that is also a godsend to me. Having that job gets me out of the house, makes me earn a few pound, and is able to put food on the table. And an added bonus to all of this is the people I work for are just the most amazing people I've ever met, pretty much. Most of them know my situation and are just, they're empaths, every single one of them, and it's I'm so grateful to have them around me. We've become friends outside of work as well as inside of work, which is something that I, never thought would happen. The way things have been, it's been a very lonely experience, and now I have people to share it with. Kind of, I don't go into it too much because you don't want to lose those people that you have. I don't walk around saying let's talk about my dead person. It's just nice that people are there, but in the same respect, I'm also there for them, and it's good that way. What else has happened? Had a really good meditation this morning, actually, and I don't as you all know, I'm a great believer in the afterlife, and what happens, this is just an experience we're having, and we move on to bigger and better, or just bigger and different. I don't know what it is. Carol has, I've had a few dreams with where she's been present, but they've always been nightmares for me, but nothing pleasant. So I asked for a sign today before my meditation for something, anything at all, and I kind of went very deep into meditation, and a song came into my head, and I'm pretty good at being able to observe my thoughts. I don't get involved in them in meditation. I'm able to observe them, and can't control them, but I'm able to step outside of them and observe them. And the same when you get a song in your head, I'm able to just witness it and be the observing self, as opposed to getting involved in it. But this song, I was in it. I couldn't separate myself from this song, and then realised that the question that I'd asked and the message that I'd asked for from Carol, and this song was Don't Give Up by Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush. I'll put a link to it below, and it gave me something, I don't know, maybe for the first time in over a year, I have a belief that she is still around me, sometimes at least, which gives me comfort. So that was good. Haven't been able to do any of the Reiki or any of the massage because of this social distancing and government guidelines, but things are starting to be relaxed a little bit now, and maybe hopefully be able to get back into that, because it's something that I absolutely love doing. One of the other things that I meant to say this at the beginning of the video, one of the things that have brought me back to these videos is the comments I've been getting. Even though I haven't been making videos, I've still been getting comments from people asking how I am, and just praying for me and being wonderful people, and you are also one of the reasons why I've decided to come back and make some more videos, and hopefully to make it something that I do more regular like I used to, because I know that you're there, which is just great. I'm going to put this window up because the noise is a bit too much. But yeah, you're there, so you're there even though I'm not, and getting these comments and what have you is very heartwarming, and I'm very grateful for that. It's a really hot day today, and I can't put the windows down, and my air conditioning doesn't work. It's not working at all. I hope you guys are all doing well through this mad world we seem to be going through at the moment. It is crazy. It's for me, it's quite sad. For instance, we've become less human. And I'm quite empathic. I pick up on feelings of situations and people. We all are. Most of us have tried to ignore that part of us. But it's quite sad the way we've become scared of each other. We're not designed to be alone, and yet so many people are alone. I've spent over a year being alone, and it's the most devastating experience. Just the loneliness is crippling, and everybody now is getting a taste of this. You know, I'm walking Sam down the street, and there's somebody walking towards me, and they will look at me as if I have horns on top of my head, and will walk in the road, walking around me, and they walk back onto the pavement. That's not normal. That's not normal for us. We're not, and that's really sad. And the worst thing about that is I can't see it getting any better. I can't see this conditioning. I mean, I've always called it. I've not called it social distancing. I've called it social conditioning. We're conditioned now to be this way. I mean, with the likes of hypnotherapy, when you get somebody in trance and you repeat something over and over and over again in a trance-like state, it becomes real, but it's done in a positive way for positive results. This is done. I mean, you turn on the radio or you turn on the TV, and that's all it is. Social distancing, fear-based mind control, and research MK Ultra for that. Fear-based mind control on a scale that I've never even thought was possible, and it's there on the streets. We see it on the streets with people wearing these masks and people wearing gloves and people avoiding people like they're going to catch the plague, and that for me is extremely sad. And I'm a very kind of tactile person, always have been, and since Carol died there's been nobody there to hug. You know, I'm a huggy person. I like to hug, and apart from my kids, that's gone. You know, it's gone, and that in itself is unhealthy, because hugging is, you know, the exchange of energy that's given in a hug is very healing. You know, doing Reiki, you're exchanging energy, and in a positive way, and not being able to do that it turns as if we're not human. You know, social interaction is what we need, and that's being taken away from us under the guise of it's good for us, and that's always the way, isn't it? They can't do it any other way, as opposed, other than saying this is for your safety and for your security, and in return we're going to take away your freedoms. So there you go. And so I'm going to make an effort to make these videos less depressing. There's still obviously going to be an element of that because I want to share everything, but I am kind of coming out the other side, even though I'm breaking down every day still, and there still is kind of no light at the end of the tunnel because Carol's not here, but there is an element of life goes on now. And so let's get on with life. So thanks for watching, thanks for still being here, and I shall speak to you guys again very soon. Take care.